Is it recording? Seems to be working better now. Okay, we try again. Hello and welcome to Rosberry Crafts, my YouTube channel where I share all my crafty adventures. Today is May 14th, 2025, and this is episode 135. My name is Roz and I live in Lake Country, British Columbia, Canada, with my husband and my two kids who are 15 and 13. You may notice a different background today. This is my yarn craft office, and I moved all my yarn around so that my husband could also be in this room because he is teaching an online class and needed a space where he could close the door and teach online at home this semester. So we shuffled everything around in the house and moved all my yarn into the closet. So this is the outside of the closet here, but it's a little diagonal to where I'm sitting. Hopefully it doesn't throw you off too much. I'd like to say welcome to any new viewers and welcome back to all my returning viewers. And it's been a few weeks, so I'm a little out of practice, but hopefully I will quickly get back into the groove of things. I'm hoping to continue with my weekly recording now that I am not on vacation. I will talk a little bit about that later because I did go to some yarn stores while I was up in Alaska. But let's get started. Today we have what am I wearing, finished objects, works in progress, stash, next on my needles, and books. So there is a lot to talk about today. First up is what am I wearing? Today I am wearing a shawl because it is kind of cloudy and it rained and it's just kind of chilly outside. Also in my house is very chilly because we have reached the point in the year where the heat is no longer on because we don't need it to heat the house very much. So we turn it off, but the air conditioning is not on either. And we just kind of live with whatever temperature it is. So I've got my fleece and my shawl because it's cold today. This is the Vanilla Shawl by Annie Baker Designs, and I knit this out of leftovers of a 6 skein set from Fireweed Fiber Co. It is in her Sweet Pea sock base, which is superwash merino nylon base, but it is super soft and works great for shawls too. And the 6 skein fade was called Dreams of Winter Light. I don't know if she still has this, but you can see it goes from white to very, very dark, and the speckling just kind of slowly increases until you're kind of more covered than white. But yeah, love it. I wear this one a lot. This shape is great for staying on your neck, and I foresee more of these in my future because I really like this. It's also got a nice deep triangle that's kind of a nice point that's not too pointy, but gives you some centering. My notes are over here today, which is why I keep looking that way. Hopefully I won't have to look too much. So that is it for what am I wearing, and I will move on to finished objects. I do have a couple, but they are both very small and neither of them are here. So this is what happens when I don't record for a few weeks. I give away and whatever, all the things that I make, and not all of them, but some of them. In this case, I made another market bag. This is the Color Block Market Bag by Jen Palmer. It's a crochet bag and it's out of some worsted weight cotton. I used Bernat Handicrafter cotton solids in the off-white colorway. I previously made one with the blue on the bottom and white on the top, or it's off-white. And my daughter said, I would like one of those, but in all white, please. So that's what I did. I will put a picture up here of the bag because I do have a picture of it, but it's somewhere in her backpack or holding something at school or whatever. It's somewhere. She's using it. She's 13. She has lots of things that she needs to carry places, so it's working well for her. So use up some more of that cotton, which is great. And then I also finished a bulky waffle hat pattern out of some brown sheep Lamb's Pride Bulky in the Onyx colorway. This was my oldest yarn. that I had in stash as according to Ravelry. If you don't know, it is one of my goals this year to always have a project on the needles with some of my oldest stash and start using some of that up. I do have a goal this year of more out than in. We'll see where I'm at for my April numbers in the stash segment, but I did knit a bulky hat. It's black. It's not much to talk about, but there it is. Picture of it. It's just a black bulky hat. It's gone into my donation bin, which has actually gone for donation. So I know a lady who kind of takes in knitwear and finds the appropriate charities to give it to. So I have left that all with her. Most of it goes to a women's shelter that's sort of local here. And so that makes me feel good about getting all of that stuff out of my house, and someone in need is going to be able to use that. So there is adult sizes, kid sizes, all sorts of stuff is out of the house, and it feels good. Feels good to make these things for charity, but also to actually donate them is good too. All right, that's enough waffling about my finished objects. Let's move on to works in progress. Okay, all my stuff is on the floor. I'm not used to recording in my office anymore, so I'm like all over the place. First up is a project that is a very long-term project, and you guys have not seen it in a while, but I have made significant progress, I would say, on this project, and this is my Granny Stripe blanket. So this pattern is Granny Stripes by Lucy from Attic 24. She has a website if you want the pattern for free. She also does kits and stuff. I'm holding fingering weight double and just making magic knot balls and having at it. Just totally random, not planning anything. I'm kind of doing like one ball of dark colors and one ball of lighter colors, but also, you know, just whatever happens, happens wherever. I'm not planning any of it. I have now used up all of the leftover bits that I had in this basket. It's actually empty, guys. Where is my marker? Okay, so you can see how long this is. I've been stretching it out and out and out. And this marker, this pink rose right here, is where I last showed it to you. So I've made all of that progress. That is a lot. And I am very, very happy with this. I'm so excited to have made some progress on this, and then as I finish up more balls of yarn, I will add more. So this is kind of just an ongoing project, and yeah, it's just gonna be eventually at some point, many, many years down the road, something that I can use and just have a bunch of pretty yarn. I'm not being too specific about the yarn that goes in it, other than it is fingering weight held double. I think there are a couple pieces where I had some DK that I just held by itself, but that's few and far between. So I have lots of sock yarn, and as I use up stuff, I will put the remnants in here. Once I put it in this basket, I'm considering it out of my stash, because it's usually like 2 grams or something, some very small amount that's being used up in this blanket. So I'm just considering it out of my stash so I don't have it in my list anymore, and then eventually it'll go into this. So that is that. Next up is my lace cardigan. I have done absolutely nothing on it. No knitting, I should say. I did pull up the pattern in Knit Companion. I have Knit Companion on my laptop, and I got everything sorted with what size I'm doing, highlighted. I go through and highlight my size throughout the pattern, and you know, highlight the places where I need to pay attention to the length, all that kind of stuff. Cut the charts so that I have just the charts that I need in the one window, where you can like rotate through the lines. If you have Knit Companion, you know what I mean. And I have the key in like a little thing so I can have the key legend up with the chart. It's like a whole process. Probably took me about an hour to like go through and set up all of this stuff. I'm talking with my hands a lot, I don't know why. And so that's set up now. I just haven't had the time or mental space to actually cast it on yet. So I have all my yarn in a basket right here. I keep staring at it on the floor, but there it is. It's gonna happen. It's gotta happen, because I wore that dress on the cruise that we went on, and it definitely needed a little shawl, a little sweater over it for the chilly times. So that is coming. What is next? Ooh, this is a fun one. This is some more cotton yarn that I've been working on, and my hook is still in it. So I've been working with this blue. This is the Bernat Handicrafter cotton in the Mod Blue colorway. Yes, it really is that bright. And I have started a camp chair cozy. This is a pattern by Elisa Shoemaker. And there you can see is the can holder or drink holder side of it. And I'm just doing this piece. This is gonna fold over and go over the arm of the chair. And then on the back side here is more of like a squarish pocket. I'll put a picture in because it makes more sense. And then they magnet together or clip together like a bag clip underneath so it doesn't fall off the chair. Yeah, I've had to do this a few times. Not because the directions are wrong, just because I can't follow directions. It's on you can get it for free on her blog post, or you can pay for a PDF of it. If I enjoy the pattern and it works well on our camp chairs, then I will go back and buy the pattern, because I believe in supporting designers that put out good work. But I do like the fact that I can kind of follow through her blog and her kind of recipe of it in order to get a usable piece that I can kind of test out and see if I like it. If I do, I will be making them for all of my friends, because that is amazing. That is, I said the pattern, I said the yarn, that is it for that. Next up, I'm just gotta shuffle my notes here. I have 2 pairs of socks to talk about. And I took both of these on the cruise ship, and I did not get hardly any time for knitting because we were just so busy doing stuff, but there you go. We did have a 4-hour drive to and from Vancouver, so there's definitely some knitting happening there. These are I'm calling them my twin socks because the yarn is Lang Yarns in the twin socks with SOXX base, and they are perfectly matching socks. I'm very excited about these. The color is 9090187. I don't know. Anyway, I wound them off into 2 balls, so I'm doing them 2 at a time. They are matching just perfectly, and I love them. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about these. I haven't decided what heel I'm doing, so I just started off with my normal toe. I do cast on 14 stitches with the Turkish cast on. I think that's what it's called. I will link it down below, and increase to 64 stitches and knit the foot. So we'll see when I get closer to where the foot will be. I will decide what I want to do with those. It'll probably be an afterthought heel, and I will use the other end of the ball of yarn to do the afterthought heel so I don't disrupt the striping on those, because it is very cool. The other pair of socks, and these ones definitely got a little more work on them, are these ones. These are the Patton's Croix sock in the gray-brown marl, 55048 if you're looking for it, but I wound, I have 2 balls, 2 50-gram balls. I cast on, had what I thought was the color change, the same color change, knit the toes. They were not the same color change, went back, knit them again. I'm at the same point now. So I have a couple little extra balls down there, but anyway, I am at the point now where I'm working on the heel. I am using Mina's Vanilla Sock Recipe by the Knitting Expat. It is a short row heel, and I do enjoy that. But she does like a mini gusset included with that short row heel, and instructions on how to use a contrast color and all that kind of stuff. It is a paid for pattern, but I have one of her sock bundles with all the different places. There's like Vancouver and Tokyo, and I can't remember the other ones, New York, and Anyway, so this sock heel comes as part of that bundle that I purchased. So I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it and see if I like it. And if I do, maybe that's what I'll do on my twin socks. So there we go. That is the pattern and that is the yarn. And that is everything that I have worked on for the past few weeks, which really doesn't feel like a lot because I had a whole like 10 days of vacation and that's not a lot, but we were very busy and we had a wonderful time. So let's move on to stash. First up, let's see here. First up, I have my April numbers in my notebook. So the April numbers, I have yarn in. I had my Fireweed Fiber Co. monthly club, plus the special skein that I got from Fireweed, the birthday skein, and the quantity that I got to do that sweater with the Advent kit. So that was a total of 2,077 meters in. And with all the projects that I finished, I had 1,650 meters out. So that's, you know, not in the right direction as far as April goes, but my year-to-date numbers are yarn in 3,175, yarn out 10,869. So that gives me a difference of 694. So I'm still in the good, which is negative, which is what I want. So I did purchase some yarn in Alaska and I'm going to show that to you now. So yeah, there's my April numbers. I've got my May numbers started and I'm going to turn around and grab it. So let's see. I don't remember where I got each of these. I think these three were first. So our first yarn store was in Juneau, Alaska. And I have a skein from Juneau Woolies. This is her superwash merino nylon. And yeah, can you see it? It's like dark teals and purples. I could not resist. It's called Winter Sky and it's hand dyed in Juneau. So nice souvenir yarn in my colors. You can't go wrong, right? And then the next one in the same store, which was called Changing Tides, I think. I got two skeins of these one-of-a-kind colorways from Changing Tides. So this was dyed on site and they don't do repeatable colors. They just do whatever they feel like in the moment, a whole pan of it. So this one is really cool. It's got some like dark colors and some light colors. And these are both sock yarn as well. And then this is more like a brownie gray and some teal. So those are really cool. And then in Ketchikan, I went to both yarn stores. The first one was Fabulous Fibers, Fabulous Arts, I can't remember. But I got this Fiber and Ice Alaska yarn. And this one is a Ice Caverns, so definitely winter E. It's not focusing. There we go. Very nice. And I got this Raven Frog Fibers. Now she lives in, or they, I don't know, Sitka, Alaska and Provo, Utah. So it's kind of unique in that way. And these colors are just, there's not something that I normally gravitate to, but I couldn't resist. Like, just beautiful. So I'm excited. Again, those are both sock yarn, so that will either be socks or a hat or something, fingering weight yarn. And then this is from another yarn store in Ketchikan. It's not the yarn, so this is their house yarn. She dyes this on site, mostly through the winter. And when I remember the name, I'll put it up on screen. She called this one Blueberry Swirl, but like it's really hard to show, but it's like really, really deep colors. And then there's like these crazy speckles in there. So this is her Superwash Extra Fine Merino Cashmere Nylon. So maybe socks, maybe a shawl. I'm not sure yet, but love it. I'm very excited about that. So that is all the yarn. The last one is my May Fireweed Fiber Co. club colorway. So if you don't want to see it, if you don't want to be spoiled, although it's already the 14th, so, you know, who knows? Maybe you don't have yours yet though. Skip to the next section, which will be next on my needles. But if not, here we go. Dun, dun, dun. Ooh, yeah. Do you see that? More of my colors. My colors. Hello. There we go. So this is from Fireweed Fiber Co. on her Sweet Pea Sock, which is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. This color is for May. It is based off of Jurassic Park, and I will put in the picture here. Let's see if I show it this way, you can really see the colors. So, and this is called See Nobody Cares. So that is, oh yes, definitely something for me out of this one. I'll drop that there, and we'll call that it for stash. We'll move on to next on my needles. I have some teacher gifts to do, and I have my oldest yarn. So for the teacher gifts, I have a couple teachers to make kind of bigger gifts for. They have been Taylor's teacher or at Taylor School for the whole 3 years she's been there and have been really influential to her. So I have some ideas. I think I'm gonna make a couple more cowls like the one I already made, something in that similar vein of that. Just because I think they're really wearable. They're nice for our cold climate, and they can just like quickly throw them on as they're running out the door. Life of a teacher is always busy, right? So that is good. And then for my oldest yarn, my current oldest yarn is actually some more elan.com yarn, and this is the Super Kid Merino, and I don't know where it is in my new setup here, but I will find it and pull it out. I only have like 5 grams of it. So I think I'm gonna pair it with some other leftover sock yarn that I have and make a headband. So like a nice super cozy headband. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, we'll see. Who knows what I will actually do, but I've got to figure out, I've just been so here and there with travel and stuff, so I just gotta sit down for a few minutes and get that all together. But we're back into the regular routine now, so I should be able to find time to do that now that we're not, you know, cruising to Alaska. That is it for next on my needles, kind of a short one. So the last section is books. I have finished quite a few books. So I'm gonna go from, I guess the bottom, the oldest that I finished. So I finished Winter's Heart by Robert Jordan. Now this is part of the Wheel of Time series, and I was listening to this one on audiobook, and I just finished that one very recently. And then I listened to Crossroads of Twilight, also by Robert Jordan. So I think this was 9 and 10 and 11. I can't remember exactly, but I'm now on to the next one. Got the audiobook. I've got the other ones on hold. I'm powering through these 24 hours of audiobook. I mean, the story is the middle parts of the book are getting a little hard to get through, but then there's always some sort of, you know, climax. People have been kidnapped and, you know, drama happening. So, yeah, it's coming to the close of the last couple books. So I think there's 14 of them. So everything is kind of building at this point. So it's all the pieces are kind of fitting together. So it's getting really good. I'm really enjoying listening to that. I also finished N is for Noose by Sue Grafton. This is another series that I'm trying to complete this year. That's another one of my yearly goals, along with yarning goals. I have some book goals, so I'm trying to complete series that I have already started. Unfortunately, I keep adding to that number, so we'll see if I actually get there. But N is for Noose is done. I've got O in the queue and O and Q in the queue, ready to go. So I'll be able to finish those. And then another series that I'm reading is, what is the series called? I don't remember, but the book is called A Guiding Light by Susan Copperfield. And this is a kind of dystopian US states are now kingdoms, magic came back, and it's about kind of the royalty finding love, basically. So there's some romance in it, but it's not heavy on the romance. It's heavy on the story, the drama, all that kind of stuff. But there's also magic and there's other things happening around it. So it's a good series. I'm enjoying it. I'm reading that on my Kobo, so that's my nighttime reading when I'm going to bed. And they're on Kobo Plus, which we subscribe to, so I can kind of just pick them up as I need them, which is great. And while we were on our cruise, I finished A Guiding Light, and I failed to download the next book in that series. And so then I just picked a random one that was already on my Kobo. So I have now started a new series. This one was Defying the Earl by Ridley. And yeah, it was a short little 100 and something page historical romance. It was good. Nothing, it was entertaining. It kept me reading, so that was good. I definitely will finish the series because I find the characters compelling. I think actually this was the fourth book in the series, although some places say it's the first book in the second series, so I don't know. I don't think these ones are really ones that you necessarily need to read in order. Although I do tend to do that if there is a specific order. So I might go back and start from the beginning again, who knows, but that's low on my list. And I just got in the mail this week, A Curse Carved in Bone by Daniel L. Jensen. I read the first book in that series last summer, absolutely loved it, and can't wait to dive into that one. So we'll see when I can fit that one in. But I do have my audiobooks on the go, and I have some books on my Kobo, so maybe I can fit a physical book in there too. Although I don't like to have too many magical stories going, fantasy stories going, because then I get them mixed up. But you gotta do what you gotta do. When you get the fun books, you gotta read them. So that is all I have for this episode. I hope you enjoyed this journey with me. Hopefully it's not too long, and I didn't talk too fast, because sometimes when I think, I have a really long episode, I just get all excited and talk really fast. So hopefully you're able to understand everything, and we will see you guys again next time. Bye.